Welcome to our channel. Today, we dive into the lesser-known aspects of Elvis Presley's life, focusing on his unusual Bible habits a year before his untimely death. While the world remembers Elvis as the electrifying king of rock and roll, few are aware of the deep spiritual practices that anchored him amidst the chaos of fame. In this video, we unravel the fascinating story of how Elvis, behind the glittering lights and roaring crowds, found solace and guidance in the pages of the Bible. Through intimate accounts from his stepbrother Billy Stanley, we'll explore how this iconic figure balanced his superstar persona with a private life of devout faith, culminating in a series of strange yet profound religious rituals during his final year. Get ready to uncover the spiritual side of Elvis Presley that has long been overshadowed by his legendary status in music history. Number 7. Elvis's fame and hidden faith. Elvis Presley, a name synonymous with the very essence of rock and roll, rose to international fame in the mid-1950s, capturing the hearts of millions with his unique voice, electrifying performances, and charismatic presence. From his humble beginnings in Tupelo, Mississippi, to his meteoric rise to stardom, Elvis transformed the music landscape forever. His groundbreaking television appearances, such as the legendary performance on The Ed Sullivan Show, and hits like Heartbreak Hotel and Hound Dog, solidified his status as a cultural icon. Dubbed the King of Rock and Roll, Elvis's influence extended beyond music, as he became a symbol of rebellion, freedom, and the transformative power of popular culture. His legacy, filled with gold records, sold-out concerts, and legions of devoted fans, remains a testament to his unparalleled impact on the world of entertainment. Amidst the glitz and glamour, however, lies a story less frequently told, that of Elvis's profound spiritual journey. Enter Billy Stanley, Elvis's stepbrother and the author of the compelling book, The Faith of Elvis. Growing up alongside the rock and roll legend, Stanley witnessed a side of Elvis that was deeply rooted in Christian faith, a facet of his life that starkly contrasted with his public persona. Stanley's mission is to shed light on this overlooked aspect of Elvis's life, aiming to provide a more holistic view of the man behind the music. Through his book and interviews, Stanley reveals how Elvis's unwavering belief in God and his daily Bible readings offered him solace and guidance, especially during the tumultuous years of his stardom. This exploration into Elvis's spiritual life not only enriches our understanding of him as an individual, but also highlights the complexities and contradictions that defined one of the greatest performers of all time. Number 6. Daily Bible reading and prayers. Behind the curtain of his electrifying performances and charismatic public persona, Elvis Presley harbored a private yet profound spiritual discipline that guided his daily life. Every day, without fail, Elvis would immerse himself in the pages of the Bible, finding solace and strength in its verses. This ritual was more than a routine. It was a cornerstone of his existence, providing a sense of peace amidst the whirlwind of fame. His commitment to reading the Bible was unwavering, and it served as a daily reminder of his faith and values. These quiet moments of reflection and prayer were a stark contrast to the wild, energetic life that the public saw. They were moments where Elvis could ground himself, seeking wisdom and comfort in the sacred texts that he held dear. His frequent prayers were not mere acts of habit, but earnest conversations with God, seeking guidance, forgiveness, and strength. Billy Stanley, who spent significant time with Elvis as his stepbrother and assistant, offers a unique and intimate glimpse into this lesser-known aspect of Elvis's life. According to Stanley, Elvis carried his Bible everywhere, a tangible testament to his deep devotion. Before each performance, no matter how grand or modest, Elvis would find a quiet moment to pray. He would bow his head, seeking divine intervention to calm his nerves and bless the show ahead. For Elvis, this ritual was crucial. It was a way to align himself with a higher purpose before stepping into the spotlight. He believed that every performance was a gift and a responsibility, one that required God's blessing to truly shine. These pre-show prayers, often unnoticed by the adoring crowds, were brief yet profound, encapsulating his hope for a successful performance and a reminder of his spiritual foundation. Through Stanley's vivid recollections, we see a man who, despite his legendary status, remained deeply humble and reliant on his faith, constantly seeking God's presence in every aspect of his life. Number 5. Elvis's unique prayer rituals. Before every show, amidst the flurry of preparations and the palpable anticipation backstage, Elvis Presley would take a moment for a personal and silent ritual. With the Bible close at hand, he would bow his head in a brief but sincere prayer. These prayers were private, lasting no more than 15 seconds, yet they were imbued with deep meaning and earnestness. Elvis didn't recite these prayers aloud. Instead, he whispered them within the sanctuary of his heart, seeking a connection with the divine. This intimate act was a sacred pause in the midst of the chaos, a few seconds where the king of rock and roll could find peace and focus. His stepbrother, Billy Stanley, often witnessed these moments, noting how Elvis's face would soften with a serene intensity, his lips moving silently as he communicated with God. These prayers were a plea for calmness and guidance, a humble request for divine assistance in delivering a memorable performance. Elvis's mindset during these moments was a blend of humility and hope. Despite his immense talent and success, he never took his performances for granted. To him, each show was like a first date, filled with unpredictability and the desire to make a good impression. He compared the thrill of performing to the nervous excitement of meeting someone new, where the outcome was uncertain, but the hope for a positive connection was ever present. This analogy highlighted Elvis's human side, revealing his vulnerability and genuine care for his audience's experience. By praying before his performances, Elvis sought to calm his worries and center himself, entrusting his anxieties and aspirations to a higher power. This act of faith was his way of grounding himself, ensuring that his heart was in the right place before he stepped onto the stage. It was a testament to his belief that, despite his fame and skills, every performance was ultimately a divine gift, one that he approached with reverence and gratitude. Number 4. The inner struggles of fame. Elvis Presley's immense fame brought with it a plethora of challenges that went far beyond the adoration of millions. The constant pressure to perform, the scrutiny of the media, and the relentless demands of being an international icon took a heavy toll on him. The public saw a charismatic and confident performer, but behind the scenes, Elvis grappled with the isolating nature of his celebrity status. The stress of maintaining his image and the unending schedule of tours and recordings left him with little personal time. This relentless lifestyle led to bouts of loneliness and vulnerability, often compounded by the temptations and pitfalls that come with such immense fame. The expectations placed upon him were enormous, and navigating this treacherous terrain required more than just talent and charisma. It required a deep well of inner strength. Billy Stanley, who knew Elvis intimately, provides a poignant insight into this struggle. According to Stanley, Elvis experienced an ongoing internal battle between good and evil, a constant war within his soul. He describes how Elvis felt torn between the pressures of his public persona and his personal values, often feeling as though he had the devil on one shoulder and God on the other. This dichotomy was a source of significant turmoil for Elvis, who strived to remain true to his beliefs despite the chaotic world around him. During these difficult times, Elvis's reliance on prayer and faith became his anchor. He turned to God for guidance and support, seeking solace in his Bible and moments of silent prayer. This spiritual connection provided him with the strength to face his fears and the wisdom to navigate his tumultuous life. Through prayer, Elvis found a sense of peace and clarity, enabling him to endure the challenges of fame while maintaining his integrity and sense of self. Number 3. Elvis's generosity. Elvis Presley's generosity was legendary, often leaving those around him in awe of his kindness and willingness to help others. He didn't just give to those he knew. His acts of charity extended to complete strangers. Elvis had a habit of giving away money, cars, and even homes to people he encountered who were in need. His generosity was not a calculated gesture for public approval, but a genuine expression of his compassionate nature. Stories abound of Elvis spotting a person in distress and immediately reaching out to offer assistance. Whether it was buying a new car for a young couple he met by chance or paying off someone's debt, Elvis's acts of kindness were spontaneous and heartfelt, reflecting his deep-seated desire to make a positive impact on the lives of others. One particularly touching story is of Elvis's encounter with a homeless man during a drive around Memphis with his stepbrother Billy Stanley. As they passed the man, Elvis suddenly made a U-turn and instructed Stanley to hand over his wallet to the man. The wallet was so thick with cash that it was difficult to close, and when Stanley asked how much to give, Elvis responded, "All of it." The homeless man, initially shocked, recognized Elvis and expressed his admiration. Elvis told him that the money was a way of repaying him for his support through listening to his music and watching his movies. This act of generosity moved both the man and Stanley deeply, with Stanley recalling how emotional he became as the homeless man blessed Elvis in gratitude. Another poignant example of Elvis's kindness was when he learned about a family whose house had burned down just before Christmas. Elvis instructed one of his staff to rent an apartment for the family, furnish it, and buy all the necessities and toys for the children. He insisted that if the family inquired about who helped them, they should be told it was Santa Claus, as he did not seek credit for his good deeds. These stories highlight not just the extent of Elvis's generosity, but also the profound empathy and humility that defined his character, showing a side of the king of rock and roll that was as deeply caring as it was captivating. Number 2. Elvis's final days and spiritual reflections. In the final days of Elvis Presley's life, the pressures of fame and the physical toll it took on him became increasingly apparent. As his health deteriorated, Elvis turned even more fervently to his spiritual practices, seeking solace and introspection through his faith. These moments of quiet reflection were a stark contrast to his public persona, revealing a man deeply aware of his own mortality and the transient nature of life. Elvis's spiritual introspection during this period was marked by a profound sense of seeking forgiveness and understanding. He often pondered the complexities of his existence, wrestling with the dualities of his life as a global superstar and a man striving for inner peace. This spiritual journey underscored his desire to reconcile with his faith, finding comfort in the belief that God's grace could offer him the peace he sought. Billy Stanley's memories of their last conversation are particularly poignant, providing a window into Elvis's state of mind during his final days. Just 2 days before his death, Elvis and Stanley had a heartfelt discussion about God's forgiveness and their personal aspirations while standing in front of a bathroom mirror. Elvis, helping Stanley get dressed, asked, "Do you believe God forgives us for all our sins?" This unexpected question caught Stanley off guard, but he responded affirmatively, reminding Elvis of their shared belief in divine forgiveness. Elvis's query revealed his deep-seated need for reassurance and his ongoing quest for spiritual absolution. The impact of Elvis's sudden death on Stanley was profound and life-altering. Overwhelmed by grief and unable to cope with the loss, Stanley turned to alcohol and substances as a means of escape. However, a vivid and transformative dream featuring Elvis prompted Stanley to seek help and pursue sobriety. In this dream, Elvis appeared to Stanley, asking him if he knew what it felt like to be dead. This haunting question jolted Stanley into a realization, leading him to a rehabilitation facility where he achieved sobriety in 1987. Elvis's death, while devastating, ultimately became a catalyst for Stanley's own spiritual and personal redemption, illustrating the enduring influence of Elvis's faith and their shared bond. Number 1. Legacy and final thoughts. Billy Stanley's book, The Faith of Elvis, offers an intimate and revealing look into the spiritual life of one of the most iconic figures in music history. Through the eyes of his stepbrother, readers are given a unique perspective on Elvis Presley, not just as the legendary king of rock and roll, but as a man deeply committed to his Christian faith. Stanley's heartfelt narrative sheds light on the private moments that shaped Elvis's spiritual journey, providing a deeper understanding of the internal struggles and profound faith that guided him. This book is more than just a memoir. It is a testament to the enduring power of faith in the face of immense pressure and public scrutiny. By delving into these personal stories, Stanley aims to honor Elvis's legacy and inspire readers to appreciate the spiritual dimensions of his life. We encourage viewers to explore this lesser-known side of Elvis Presley, discovering the profound impact his faith had on his life and career. Understanding Elvis's spiritual journey not only enriches our perception of him as an artist, but also as a person who sought solace and guidance through his unwavering belief in God. In the closing remarks, it is essential to reflect on the importance of faith and the connection with God, as exemplified by Elvis's life. His story serves as a powerful reminder that no matter how successful or revered one may become, the need for spiritual grounding and divine guidance remains vital. Elvis's life, filled with both extraordinary triumphs and deep personal struggles, highlights the transformative power of faith. Let his example inspire us to cultivate our own spiritual connections, finding strength and peace in the embrace of our beliefs. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of Elvis Presley's faith, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insightful stories about your favorite celebrities. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the lesser-known aspects of Elvis Presley's life and his profound faith. We hope you found this exploration as inspiring and enlightening as we did. If you enjoyed this video and want to uncover more fascinating stories about your favorite celebrities, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. By doing so, you'll stay updated with our latest content, ensuring you never miss an episode filled with intriguing insights and captivating narratives. Your support helps us continue to bring you the most engaging and heartfelt stories from the world of entertainment. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to sharing more with you soon.